Okay.
I've got about 35 minutes.
What happened?
Oh,
in
that's
35
not long.
minutes?
I gotta put my helicopter to bed. Gotta tuck it in, kiss it on the nose.
The way
Rub it,
when you said
rub
that,
it,
just
rub its little helicopter feetsies until it falls asleep.
gotta put my helicopter to bed. Meaning I have to go and have to make it go the way of Old Yeller.
Okay.
No, we don't euthanize helicopters here.
Jordan took that in a totally different direction. I thought it
Yeah.
was a euphemism for masturbation. I gotta go put the old helicopter to bed.
So speaking of helicopters,
And shooting things?
can I say something?
No, hold on a second. Guys, this is the Disaster Hour, and this is not our Disney show. Just warning that for any newcomers coming in. Not Disney show, Disaster Hour. We're going to talk about what Josh is going to talk about right now. And later on, we're going to talk about other things. Go, Josh.
Situational awareness.
I am not ready for this.
I'm in the high desert, right?
Whoa. Oh, yeah, you are.
It's Northern California. It's dove season. 2 nights in a row now. Don't say rabbit season. I will fucking choke you.
You saw
two
that.
nights in a row now. You hear a fucking shotgun go off, and all of a sudden pellets are raining down on us and my helicopter. My $4 million fucking helicopter is getting rained on by goddamn shotgun pellets.
Wait, really?
Bloody hell.
Yes, and these motherfuckers know there's a facility here. They just don't fucking care. The guys yesterday, they knew there was a helicopter there because we had to go flying and they were out there. How the fuck do you have your head so far up your fucking ass that you just can't even?
Or they
You
just
know?
don't fucking care.
Well, they don't care.
Which,
And the thing is, I mean, if they really get pellets in my helicopter, I gotta dismantle the whole thing and start fucking looking for pellets because a pellet
That's-
can bring down a fucking engine.
Well,
Yeah,
is
that
there
takes
like
a while.
something you can do as far as like?
Yeah, we've called the sheriff and fishing game's going out there now.
Okay, good.
nice.
But
I was going to say take the helicopter out.
well, I told my pilot let's hook up the bucket and dump 210 gallons of water on their asses.
That's an even better idea.
That's a good idea.
I was just going to buzz the
Like-
tower Maverick style.
Like from a fucking 10-foot hover right over them and just fuck it.
Now, I like that idea.
Ultimate ice bucket challenge.
However, these guys have guns. They've got guns. Jesus, they've got guns.
You know what? I have two things for that. First off, it's not illegal to dump water on someone. It's a federal offense to shoot an aircraft.
Oh.
Point taken.
I mean, if I had a deck of cards, they would be in your hand at the moment.
Yeah, they might shoot my helicopter. My helicopter might be fucked up. We'd have to truck it out of here. But they're going to prison.
How would you ever
So
find them? Just look for the wet guys. But anyway, so side story to add on to this, just to Bobby, why are you moving?
yeah, you're making me seasick, man. Why is my camera on?
Sorry.
Camera's not on.
Well, you guys' cameras are on.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
because we like to make eye contact when we make love, Josh.
I close my eyes.
Oh. I keep my socks on.
You know what? What the fuck is wrong with you, Jake?
What? I'm the weird. What is that sound? I can't handle this sound. Josh,
I
is
have no clue.
Josh, is your beard in your microphone?
Oh no, my other headphones are right on the microphone though. Sorry,
That'll do it. Okay.
I forgot I had them around my neck.
Oh, it's not the other thing. It's not the thing I do. It's the other thing I do. Sorry.
Yeah, don't do that thing. Anyway, when I was younger, like 24, I took hunter safety here in
Oh,
Utah.
I took that when I was 12.
Yeah, you know the age you're supposed to take it?
Yeah.
I was the only grown-up in the class of 12-year-olds. because I just wanted to go bow hunting with somebody. I had to go to the gun safety thing to go bow hunting. I'm like, I don't even own a gun, let alone many guns that would necessitate an entire rack.
Well, you own a gun now.
No, I don't.
What happened to it?
I sold it.
I won you a fucking gun and you sell it?
I don't want a gun!
Hold on, motherfucker. Back up. You won him a gun? Like
How the hell?
Like what? On The Price is Right?
No, I was in a gun shop, the gun/guitar shop in Mesquite, Nevada. I was looking at guitars, and they're like, "Hey, we have this
Ted
raffle."
Nugent sells you a fucking gun.
No, they said we have this raffle. It goes for this charity. It's $5 for a ticket. I'm like, yeah, it's a good charity. Here's my $5. And they called me up a week later, and I won a 22. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
I'm like, I'm nowhere near this shop at the moment. I was clear up in freaking northern Nevada. I'm like, but my brother lives in St. George. Can I just give the ticket to him and let him pick up the gun? And they're like, yeah, that's fine.
And these are the gun laws in our nation. However, I did get background checked, so they did do that.
That's good.
Like, what, did it take 5 minutes?
Yeah. Like it was while I was in the store. So
yeah. The background check is literally a thing that accesses the FBI's system and sees if the FBI has investigated you in the last 6 months.
Oh.
And it doesn't access the U.S. military system. It doesn't access any other fucking law enforcement system except for the FBI system.
Wait, are you serious? These are the background checks?
Yes. This
I
is
got lucky on that one.
And dude, and so I got lucky when I got my last gun because it doesn't say whether the FBI investigated you for something normal or abnormal. It just says if the FBI investigated you. So when I got my gun was about 6 months after I got my security clearance, which the FBI investigated me for a security clearance, you know?
Right.
And it's just
Because
a routine. It's a routine
process.
thing. Yeah. So I told the guys, like, yeah, I've been contracting. He's like, yeah, there's a chance you're not going to pass the background check. I'm like, what? Why? And so he explained the whole system to me. But this is why our system's flawed. This is why fucking psychopaths are able to get firearms so easily.
Like, not to bring the whole show down or anything, but you know that guy in Vegas?
that guy, his guns from that same gun, the same gun and guitar store.
Yeah.
I know that guy. Well, I don't know that guy. I know of that guy.
Don't say that. Yeah, no, that guy was from Mesquite and got stuff from that exact store. So,
yes.
Apparently there's a flaw in the system. I'm just throwing this out there. There's a flaw in the system.
And it's a very big one.
And I didn't mean to take this conversation down this road because all I wanted to say is I took hunter safety and I know that you're supposed to have situational awareness. I was trying to get full circle. But I do like my bow. I've never hit anything with it. But I like my bow. Guess what? When you're pinning bows, they don't accidentally go off. Just saying.
They just go. Boom.
I
I have a styrofoam target that.
Have you hit that?
Yeah, a lot. But the thing with bows is, like, I have a maximum range. Like, if I'm lucky, of 60 yards.
Have you shot a flaming arrow yet?
No, because you know why, Josh? I do things safely. I have situational awareness.
You can safely shoot a flaming arrow.
No, you can't. No.
You know, there's a shotgun shell called Dragon's Breath, and it literally shoots phosphorus and fire out the end of your goddamn shotgun.
Oh,
and
that sounds cool.
People do it all the time, and it always ends up in a forest fire. I can't understand why they're legal.
Hey.
Cool idea, bad way to use it, though.
Yeah, you started that entire conversation with, I should do this. And then you went on to explain the exact reason why I don't want to do this.
I fucking need work. I'm getting bored. sitting here not putting out forest fires.
Don't just start our own show where like things can't be traced back to us. Also, I've been rewatching Breaking Bad, so I think my unreasonable paranoia, is just set to an all-time high right now.
Oh no.
Have you guys watched Breaking Bad?
Sadly not.
I started the first season and I stopped when the bathtub fell through the fucking ceiling.
That's when I stopped.
Wait, was that too much for you?
No, it was just a waste of a good bathtub.
Yeah, what's your reason?
I mean, bathtubs are hard to come by these days. What about all the people that don't have bathtubs?
Yeah, like me. I've got garden hose and a sprinkler I have to use every morning.
Oh
No, I watched the entirety of the first season, and it just didn't do anything for me.
Oh,
Man,
I just
don't
couldn't stand the thought of Bryan Cranston dying. That's all.
did you ever see Godzilla?
Wait
Wait a minute, George, did you ever see King of the Monsters?
No, it's supposed to be out like now on digital, and I think it's coming out pretty soon on hard copy.
All right, get yourself a copy.
So I think I think it's either this week or next week.
Oh man, now I want to watch King of the Monsters. What happened? How did we get here?
Shotguns.
Oh right. So Josh gets the front seat. I do want to. So Josh, do you feel a little bit better now that you vented?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Because I do want to change the subject a little bit and point out my 1.5-pound bag of Halloween gummies.
Oh,
Nice.
I thought you were gonna say 1.5 pounds of weed
Meth?
for some reason. got 1.5 pounds of weed. Went down to Vegas.
Or mesquite.
Oh wait, it already
Oh,
came
yeah.
out, so it is out.
Oh, I should buy that. You should buy that. We should all buy that. Anyway, yeah, I have 1.5 pounds of gummies. Not those kind of gummies, even though I would not mind those kind of gummies. However, we have rules and laws, and they are meant to be followed.
Or broken.
Well, if I went to Mesquite, next door to the guitar and gun shop is the dispensary. So,
Oh, nice. And then across the road and down a little bit is Roberto's Taco Shop, and I fucking love me some Roberto's Tacos.
I can just go to Roberto's Tacos right over here. It's right next to Arctic Circle.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's one in St. George now too, huh?
Hell yeah, there is. I don't go there. You know why? Oh, you know what? What I was going to say is unimportant. I want to tell you guys something real quick. Something very special and something very important happened to me, and I have an announcement. I have an announcement. I forgot some words in that sentence. Guys, today,
obviously,
for the first time ever, I had Taco Bell breakfast.
Oh, did you get
oh
the one
yeah, I've
with
been
the fucking,
seeing that.
with the white gravy inside of it? The breakfast
No.
gravy, country gravy?
No, I just got the deluxe scramble burrito, which is just a big breakfast burrito. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was scared of Taco Bell breakfast. This might be, I've only had it once, keep in mind, this might be the best fast food breakfast you can get.
Dude, their country burrito.
What kind of treat burrito?
Country. If they still have it, back when I used to go to Taco Bell, that was the fucking bomb, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of neat stuff at Taco Bell. Namely tacos.
I just imagine Robbie sitting at Taco Bell going, "Oh wow, man,
that's neat." I'm sorry, I can't get past. There's a lot of neat stuff at Taco Bell.
Dude, so they stopped selling my favorite burrito there.
What's your favorite burrito there?
The fucking chili cheese burrito.
The hell is that?
It was just
It's a chili cheese burrito.
There's literally a ladle of fucking chili and a shit ton of cheese, and it was so delicious.
No, I am a regular patron of Taco Bell, and what you are describing is not on the menu.
I know that. That's what I just said. They stopped selling it.
Wait, when did they stop selling it?
I have no fucking idea. About the time I got salmonella from Taco Bell, I guess.
That was 15 years ago.
That was a lot longer than that.
Oh, you're right. Hold on.
They don't
So
even
you're
sell fish
complaining that they
burritos.
don't. You're complaining that they no longer sell a menu item that hasn't been on the menu for what, 20 years? I'm looking at.
Maybe a little longer than 20 years.
Bloody
Okay.
hell. How long have you been holding that?
I'm looking at a picture of it, and no, Josh is absolutely right. It's just chili and then cheese wrapped in a tortilla.
And it was fucking amazing, though.
You could slide a hot dog in there, and you'd have an amazing chili dog wrap.
Oh, Jesus. Pink's Hot Dogs sell a chili cheese bacon spicy Polish burrito.
Ooh,
Wait,
that sounds awesome.
No, you just said a lot of words. Say it one more time, but slowly.
Chili.
Not slow, you asshole.
Chili cheese bacon
Okay.
spicy Polish burrito.
That sounds awesome.
I don't like
Yeah.
bacon in my things.
Uh,
I love bacon, but it is good enough to stand on its own.
well,
Sure.
it's great in this, and then there's a hot dog stand in Denver called Steve's Snappin' Dogs that has similar shit, but they deep fry the motherfucking hot dog burrito.
All right,
Yeah.
now I'm in.
And I'm pretty sure I had that one, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
How are you doing in Denver? Oh wait. Yeah, no,
Used to
never mind.
Live below Denver.
Below Denver.
And then on
Denver's a hug.
on my days off this week, I'm driving 8 hours to Vegas just to go to a hot dog stand.
Wait, you're going to
Ah.
I
Yeah.
feel like this is really eccentric.
Well, I'm going to hang out with my buddy, really.
Vegas? Wait, who's
Wait.
your buddy?
His buddy's
you.
the hot dog stand.
Not you, Jake, because I told you I was coming, and you said, "Okay, I'm not coming down there to see you."
No, I was coming, and you just said, "Okay."
No, that's essentially what I said. Yes. However, I did have reasons behind it, and you left those
Hey.
reasons out for the comedic value.
You know, this is my story. God damn it!
But you haven't included me, and I didn't sign off on this. This is slander.
No,
Slander of
it's
truth.
half truth.
Shit, he's right. Hi, Stella.
So.
I did tell him I'm not coming down there to see him. So
Yeah, I
for-
mean, you had a valid reason. I'm
Yeah,
just not
hygiene.
including it.
oh,
Who the fuck is Gene? Why is he in there?
hanging out with Giuseppe.
Huh, good.
Speaking of Giuseppe, this is a weird tangent. I just want to point out that putting these episodes up on YouTube have been very successful.
Really?
Yeah, we're getting
That's
like
good.
6 or 7 views each time.
Yeah,
In all
that's
fairness,
funny.
that's 6 or 7 more than I was expecting. It's a 600 or 700% increase.
Wait, do you put the videos up before you put the podcast out?
No, I put them up at the same time.
Oh, that's weird. I mean, I guess people get their media however they get it.
Yeah.
I guess.
And I
Yeah.
was going to tell you, Jordan, putting the podcast out on a Sunday afternoon has also been successful in a not joking sort of way. We do get spikes on Monday mornings.
That's
I don't know.
weird.
I don't know how people watch YouTube videos. Like, do they want Monday morning YouTube?
I don't know, but it looks like there's a hidden Mickey right above Robbie's head.
I
But
I wanna
speaking of hidden Mickeys, can we talk about this hidden Mickey onion ring?
What?
I was gonna say, Jordan, are you in the
What?
mouse? Are you in the Mouse Rants Facebook page?
No.
I don't know how I am. I think Jillian Lassiter added me, which I
Yeah,
appreciate.
she had me as well.
Oh.
No. I don't think I'm friends with Jillian on Facebook.
Oh, we should be friends with Jillian.
What the hell, Jillian?
She's gonna hear this.
Good. What the
Add
hell? Don't think I don't see you commenting on the Mutineer Disaster Studios Facebook page.
Face? She's probably commenting right now saying, sorry, Jordan, but hygiene. Anyway.
So, anyways, these onion rings.
Oh, wait, no, pause. So there's been a thing where they keep posting posts on Mouse Rants of, like, other people that have found hidden Mickeys in everyday occurrences, and then they just kind of roast them because they are not valid Mickeys at all. So, for example, Josh, take it away now with the onion rings.
So there's these onion rings. First of all, the proportion was way the fuck off. Second of all, they were fucking black.
Yeah, those were some of the worst onion rings I have ever seen.
Like,
They were burnt to a crisp.
And thin. They were thin. Like,
Yeah.
I need my onion rings like, oh, beefy, but oniony.
What?
Beefy.
now I just want an onion ring with hamburger in the middle.
So wait, are there pictures of this onion ring?
I can find it if Josh can keep talking.
Okay.
Oh, gotta go.
Great timing.
I hate you.
No, I can see my pilot walking around the helicopter like he's getting ready to tie it down, but it's too early, so I'm not going up there yet.
All right, Jordan, I'm sending you the picture of the onion rings right now.
Okay.
And plus, he's a big boy. He can tie up the helicopter himself. But, you know, he's not going to rub its little helicopter feetsies and tell it goodnight.
That looks more like an alien from Futurama.
No, it looks like the fucking the aliens from Sesame Street.
Those onion rings don't look good.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
ones.
I actually saw some of those this weekend.
And I sent
Nice.
another hidden Mickey picture from Mouse Rants.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh God!
That's gross.
The sad thing is that actually is a really good hidden Mickey.
Ever seen.
I roasted on this person's dog's balls. Oh, hell.
Oh shit!
Speaking of what Jordan did this weekend, here to tell you all about it is Robbie.
Rob, come on, tell us what Jordan did.
He went to DragonCon, right?
You tell me.
Confident. I don't know. You tell me, man.
I don't freaking know.
Well, I'm glad to see that you take an interest in your coworkers' experiences outside of work.
You know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I think I'm just
I felt that way for like 5 years.
Oh shit! I felt that way for 40.
How old are you?
40.
Oh. No, but really, Jordan, I want to hear about DragonCon. Because
Yeah, so I went to DragonCon and I was invited back again for my 6th year in a row as a speaker. So that was nice of DragonCon. And this year, my buddies and I decided to, instead of commuting, because it takes place in downtown Atlanta over Labor Day weekend, and it's about a 25, 30-minute drive, depending on traffic. And but last year, we commuted. And this year we thought, let's just splurge and get a hotel room, and we might have to add a couple air mattresses to the mix, but it was worth it not to have to worry to leave early and then wake up early and drive all the way back downtown. So it was nice just being able to have a close by hotel room to crash in. Yeah, it was fun. It starts it's technically Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but then recently they added Thursdays. But now people are starting to get there on Wednesdays, and like all of the cosplay is starting to come out on Wednesday, like a whole day before a whole bunch of the stuff even starts to happen.
Whoa.
Yeah, the Wednesday, because I still had to work Thursday morning before we went, and people were posting videos and photos on Wednesday night of one of the host hotels, and there was a whole bunch of people in those inflatable T-Rex costumes that were just jumping around and dancing to electronic music.
Videos of those never get old to me.
Yeah,
I love those
Yeah.
costumes.
and there were a lot of people going, "Oh, well, I guess Wednesday night is the new Friday night." It's like, all right, sure. I mean, oof, I don't know if I could party from Wednesday to Monday,
Oh,
but
that's
anyway, yeah. So my buddies and I got there Thursday evening, early evening, and it was already busy. Like we stayed in one of the host hotels, so it's spread across 5 hotels, where like convention programming is being held. So there's the
Mhm.
Hyatt Regency, there's the Marriott Marquis, there's the Hilton, there's a Sheraton, and then there's a Westin. And the Hilton, the Hyatt, and the Marriott are all the way they're situated are they're lined up right in front of each other on different blocks. So there are sky tunnels going to and from each hotel. So you don't have to go down to like street level to cross the road or anything, which is great because there's tons of people. And before those sky bridges were even open, it was just a big mess downtown because DragonCon itself brings in probably close to 80,000 people
Bloody hell.
holy shit.
just for DragonCon. But there's 2 other things that are happening that weekend in Atlanta. So hotel space is you got to get it when you see it because
Yeah.
it fills up quick. So it's also college football kickoff.
Oof.
So there's always a college football game in the state. It used to be the Georgia Dome. Now it's the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and it's also Black Gay Pride. And so there's tons of people in the city. But what's really funny is that the football stadium is just a handful of blocks away from where DragonCon is happening. So all of the people going to the football game end up booking hotel rooms in all of the DragonCon host hotels.
I see where this is going.
But one of my favorite parts about every DragonCon weekend is the fact that these people who are coming in from out of town for a football game have zero idea they're walking into what is quite possibly the biggest science fiction convention in the Southeast.
That's hilarious.
Nerds!
Oh man, I remember one season or one year. It was the Tennessee Vols, and they were doing kickoff, and I just saw a whole bunch of people and like older people who just never really, who probably just don't pay attention to sci-fi at all. Like don't even like think of it on a regular basis. Just walked into the hotel and saw everybody cosplaying, and I couldn't tell if they were laughing at everybody or impressed with the fact that everybody had these really ornate costumes. So, but yeah, so they'll walk around and it just kind of blows their mind. We're like, what the hell is going on?
That's awesome.
Fantasy football.
Right. Which, by the way, my Minotaurs are beefing up their defense this year, Jake. So
I got a first round draft centaur choice, so
fair
it's
enough.
pretty pumped, but just one. He counts as 2 guys. And a horse.
It was weird. I got a reverse Medusa.
What's a reverse Medusa?
It's a giant snake with a bunch of people for hair.
Oh, I thought that was some kind of weird sex move.
I got a reverse Medusa
What?
once.
What would the reverse Medusa be if it was a sex move?
Hey, we'll leave that up to the listeners. Listeners, tweet us at Mickey Mutineers. Tell us what it would be.
Wait, hold on. Is that when somebody loses an erection when a woman looks at her penis?
I was rock hard and now I'm not.
The reverse Medusa.
That's just, perfectly normal stage fright.
Wait. I don't like that you sound confident in your description.
Do I?
Yeah, you sounded like you knew what you were talking about.
No.
So anyway, back to DragonCon.
Oh no, we got there Thursday, and the one thing I wanted to do
Hey
that
guys,
I never
I
get to
got
do.
cut out for a bit. If you're still on when I get done, I'll talk to you then.
Okay.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
He's gone.
All right. The one thing that I always want to do that I'm never able to do is go see the DragonCon wrestling. So they put up a wrestling ring in one of the hotels, and you can go wait in line, and it's free with admission, so you just walk on in, and it always happens Thursday night, and I'm always working Thursday night, so this is the first time I'm there for the long haul. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go see the wrestling, and by the time I get there, the room is full, and there was a whole bunch of empty seats towards the back, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, I'll just go ahead and sit back and watch it. And one of the guests for DragonCon that weekend was Dustin Rhodes, who is he was Gold Dust in the WWE, and
Familiar.
You would know him if you saw him.
Yeah.
And then also he just signed with this new promotion that's coming out, AEW. And I'm kind of surprised he was at DragonCon because AEW had a pay-per-view on Saturday, but he was there all weekend. I actually went up to his table a couple days later, and I just wanted to shake his hand. Like I don't care about snapping photos with celebrities or like collecting autographs or anything, but I just wanted to shake his hand and just tell him that I was a big fan and that I was really happy that he signed full time with AEW. And he seemed pretty cool about it. He's like, "Oh, thanks, man." Yeah. I was like, "Cool." That was the extent of our conversation. And so I was there for a minute, and I was taking some pictures because he was in the ring talking before the wrestling started, and I was taking some pictures, and I was sending them to my friend Sean down in Orlando because I know he's a big wrestling guy. And then I kind of look over to my left, and I see one of the vloggers that I follow pretty regularly on YouTube. Adam the Woo was just standing there.
Woo! Oh, that's
Yeah.
so funny.
So I was like, oh, well, I'm going to go say hi to Adam the Woo. So I went and I said, hey, introduced myself, which I had met him briefly in the past, once or twice. But I'm sure he doesn't remember me because he goes all over the place.
Is he as big in real life as he looks on his vlogs? He looks
he's
a
tall.
big guy. Okay.
Oh yeah, he's tall. He's tall.
Okay.
And so I talked with him for a little bit. Super nice guy. And yeah, and then I kind of dipped out of the wrestling early just to kind of go walk around, maybe film some cosplay, and I was just filming stuff. I didn't really have an agenda. DragonCon was, for me this year, was actually kind of overwhelming, and I don't know why. Like, I think because I went in without an agenda, I had no idea what I was doing, and I was also pulled to a whole bunch of different places. So there's also a giant vendor space, which is 2 buildings wide, right?
Holy crap.
So, yeah,
That's a lot.
So, yeah, so there's this vendor space / exhibition space for trade shows in Atlanta called the America's Mart. And there are two buildings. There's two giant buildings, one right in front of the other. And the gaming portion is in one of the buildings. So like the front building has all the video gaming, the pop-up arcades, the card gaming, the board gaming, any kind of
that sounds awesome.
Any kind of gaming you can think of is in this front portion. But if you want to go and buy stuff from vendors, that's in the second portion. And on the top of the top floor of the vendor space is the comics and pop art, which is what I like to go and which I like to go and buy art from a whole bunch of cool artists. And I actually bought some art, and I actually forgot it downstairs. I was actually going to show it to you through the camera. But maybe I can just take pictures of it and post it on the Mutineers Twitter page.
Works.
Yeah, so I went and I kind of scrounged around, found some art, and all of the art I bought was impulse buy. Like, I didn't go in with an agenda, and I was like, I like that, I'm going to buy it. So I did.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah. No, because a lot of the artists there, like, if you want a print, it's typically anywhere between $10 to $25.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and the big print that I bought was only $15, and then I bought 3 little prints, and they were like 3 for $10. So I only spent
That's good.
Yeah, I only spent $25 on art total.
Wow.
Yeah, I ended up buying a couple shirts as well, and I actually have those right here, and I'll show you guys the shirts. But yeah, so Friday, my first speaking panel wasn't until 7:30, so I pretty much had from when I woke up to 7, or to just, I'm sorry, it was at 7, not 7:30. So from like when I woke up to 6 to just like walk around and do stuff. And I ended up meeting up with some friends, but anytime I would go to a certain place by myself, a friend would text me and be like, hey, I'm over here, come find me and hang out. So I would have to leave what I purposefully went to do to go see and hang out with my friend. So I went into the vendor space at least 3 or 4 times all weekend, but I didn't get time to actually like relax and walk around and see if there's anything I wanted to buy.
That sucks.
Yeah, so this morning it opened up. Oh, and I also found something else out. So many people come to DragonCon that like getting into the vendor space is a little tricky because they open up at 10 and they will only let X amount of people in because of fire marshal codes.
Oh, that makes
So
sense.
you kind of have to queue in order to get into the building to see if you want to buy something or find something to buy, which can suck. Like, I get it. But the line was consistently moving, so I think I waited like 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes in line at most during the weekend. And then I find out last night that because I'm a quote-unquote attending professional, since I'm a speaker there, that I don't have to wait in the line. I can just walk up and be like, hey, I'm an attending. I'm like, damn it. So when I got my
missed
coffee
opportunity.
yeah, so like whenever I got my coffee this morning, I saw that the line was wrapped around the building just to get in, and I was like, hey man, I'm an attending professional. Do I have to wait in line? And he's like, no, just show that dude your badge. You're good. I'm like, okay. And the dude let me in. I was like, oh, well, this is great.
Wow. So make a note of that for future.
Right, but the vending floor, the vendor floor hadn't opened yet because it was like 9:45. So I still had to wait 15 minutes for them to like. So, but I was able to go and find one of the shirts that I saw that I wanted to get. I found a whole bunch of really cool. There's this one vendor that had a whole bunch of really cool T-shirts that were covers of the old Famous Monsters magazine, and they had a whole bunch of
That's cool.
kaiju and like classic monster stuff. But they wanted $30 a T-shirt, and I thought $30 a T-shirt was
Bloody hell.
yeah. I spent more money on T-shirts than I should have. I only bought 2, but like I think $20 is my limit for a T-shirt, and I actually broke my limit today. I spent like $25 on a T-shirt. So yeah, I walked around with some friends. And also, it was my buddy Jonathan that I work with. It was his first DragonCon, and his mind was just consistently being blown at every turn. He's like, "This is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing." So like like to see the childlike wonder in his eyes was just, I'm like, dude, this is your first con. Just drink it all in. Just drink it in. Have a good time. And he really enjoyed it. So
That would be me.
That's
That would
good.
be. I've never been to a con ever.
Well-
I've been to Comic-Con, but DragonCon sounds way more crazy than Comic-Con.
DragonCon is much more fan oriented as opposed to like San Diego Comic Con.
Wait, what Comic Con did you go to, Robbie? Denver?
No, it was like I think it was in Utah. It was
Salt Lake one.
years. Yeah, it was like a
Fanex.
few years ago.
That's actually
Yeah.
going on right now as we speak. This week? No,
That's
this
funny.
weekend. It's about to start.
Huh?
But anyway,
Yeah, but it was that I'm pretty sure was my first con, so it was pretty neat experience.
I would
It was
be
very boring because there's barely anything there.
Oh man, like there's so much stuff to do with DragonCon. As a matter of
Yeah.
fact, like Josh was actually texting me a couple weeks prior to that. He's like, "Hey man, when is DragonCon?" And I was like, "Oh, it's this weekend." He's like, and he was angry because he's like, "Damn it, I'm gonna miss it because I'm gonna be out here." And then like, because he doesn't come back for like another 2 or 3 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, "Oh man, I thought that I would be able to make it happen." So yeah, I think he might try to go next year. I'm not too sure. I guess it depends on the wildfire schedule.
Yeah.
The same weekend every
It'd be
year?
awesome if I could.
Like, is it? Yeah, the same weekend every year.
Yeah, it's every Labor Day weekend. So whatever the dates that the Labor Day weekend fall on, like it's that weekend.
That's awesome.
And yeah, so I just wandered around and I was filming stuff for the vlog, but I was kind of being, I don't want to say I was being pulled, like I willingly went all over the place. And when I was filming stuff, like towards the end of the day, I'm like, I don't think I filmed a lot of things that make sense as far as like the progression of my day. I think I just filmed a whole bunch of people in cosplay and not necessarily like stuff that I ended up doing. So on Saturday, I was trying to be better about that. But I also wanted to focus on finding a whole bunch of really cool costumes for the vlog. So I ended up going back to the vendor space for like 5 minutes, but then my buddy texted me to go grab some breakfast with him, so I did, and then we walked around Atlanta for a minute because it's smack dab in the middle of downtown. And it's my buddy Morgan and his
The
Twitter
Wild
handles.
Ride?
Yeah, Morgan's Wild Ride.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, dude, let's pop over to," or he said, "Have you seen the statue in Centennial Olympic Park? Because the Waffle House we were having breakfast at is right across the street from Centennial Olympic Park, which is that had the bombing in 1996."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, "Have you seen the statue?" And I said, "No." He said, "We should go see the statue because you can still see the shrapnel dents from when the bomb went off, and like it apparently like burned into the copper statue."
Bloody hell.
Yeah, so I was like, "Oh shit, let's go check that out." So we did that. And we
Wait,
walked
so the
around
statue of like the 3 people.
yeah. And so we went back to the convention, and then I had to go do a panel at 5:30. And then from there, I went to dinner with my friends that I did the panel with. And then Morgan went to go watch the Atlanta United game at one of the hotels. Because there was a whole bunch of Atlanta United fans just hanging out at DragonCon, I guess. And and then I stayed up really late on Saturday because there was a band that I wanted to see, but they weren't going on until 1:30 in the morning.
Bloody hell.
I know. I'm very excited for this.
So the band that I went to go see, and I think you'll appreciate this, Robbie. It's a band called the Cybertronic Spree.
That actually sounds pretty cool.
And they all dress up like Transformers and play the 1986 animated movie soundtrack on stage.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That must have been fun to watch.
There's a dude, the lead singer and bassist dresses up like Hot Rod. There's a girl that dresses up like RC. There's a dude that dresses up like Unicron. There's a Soundwave. There's a Rumble. And then there's a Quintesson. And
Shockwave's the drummer.
Shockwave and Rumble actually pass drums off to one another.
Oh.
So I went to go buy. I actually bought one of their T-shirts because I didn't get to see them last year, and I regretted not buying one of their T-shirts because the design was really badass. So when I went down to go buy their shirt, the dude who dresses up like Rumble was down there, like in his costume, and I was filming the vlog, and I got him in on the vlog, and he was in character the whole time, and it was amazing. And then, as we were filming stuff for the vlog, he just starts having conversations with other people at other music tables. So MC Chris was sitting right next to us.
Wait, MC Chris?
Yeah. So
Fetch
he
Vet?
just starts, yeah. So
I
he
love
starts
Fetch
having a
Vet.
conversation with MC Chris, and then I'm filming it, and I'm kind of like just in the background as this conversation is happening. And then I kind of turned the camera back to me, and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. And then the dude who plays Rumble turns around and is like, "What are we still doing this?" I'm like, "I'm doing it. I don't know what you're doing." And he's like, "Go, yeah." So let me
That's hilarious.
grab the shirt real quick, and I can show you the design.
I'm looking at pictures right now of the Cybertronic spree, and I mean, I saw the video on your Instagram stories, and
Yeah. So I had to
Sure.
buy the shirt for this great mashup.
that is
That's
awesome.
cool.
So I was like, man, this is like the fact that somebody took a Transformer or took RC specifically and mashed it up with the Motorhead.
Yeah, but was
Logo.
that the matrix of leadership on the bottom there?
It sure is.
Nice.
And their actual logo is kind of a mashup between an Autobot and a Decepticon symbol.
Oh, yeah, I see
Yeah.
that.
And what was also really cool was they had stickers of their logo. It was the symbol, but it also had the David Bowie, like Aladdin Sane lightning bolt over it. And I wanted to get one, but I couldn't put it on my car. Like I wanted to get one for my car, and it was just like a regular decal, and I have no place to put regular decals.
Oh.
Yeah, and they also had a patch, but I was like, well, I'm not gonna put it on like a bag or a jacket or anything. So
I have no idea how their Unicron guy plays guitar in that outfit.
Yeah, I'm looking at the picture of all of them, and pretty neat.
Like Taco Bell.
I'll show you the other shirt that I got today. This is the shirt that I saw that I wanted to go back for.
Metroplex.
Yeah, so it's the original. It's the original box artwork for the Metroplex figure from the 80s. And I was like, man, that's cool. I don't see a lot of shirts these days with original box art on them. So I was like, I'll pick that one out. That was the one that $5.
Wait, who is
Yeah.
Metroplex?
Metroplex was the first city Transformer. So he was kind of big, but not super big.
So smaller than Fortress Maximus.
Way smaller than Fortress.
Okay. Because Josh had Fortress Maximus.
Yeah, he's probably about a third of the size of Fortress Maximus. If you were to like stat like tall wise, like he's the height of 3 Fortress Maximuses on top of each other.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Fortress Maximus is the size of a height of 3 Metroplexes.
Oh, I mean, he's got Maximus in his name, so
Yeah.
Be.
Yeah. Speaking of, I actually ordered a Fortress Maximus a week ago, and I should be getting it tomorrow.
Wait, what do you mean?
One of the new Fortress Maximuses from the Titans Return. Yeah.
Yeah, those are really neat.
Yeah,
if you get the Triptychon, be careful with the hips because they're self-destructive.
What? Wait.
That Triptychon?
The Titans Returns one.
That Triptychon?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure to not fuck with the hips.
Yeah, because I watched a review and it said that if you mess around with it too much, it just breaks.
Well,
I have a
so-
question.
so good. Yeah.
Was the original Scorponok considered a city transformer?
Yes, I had
Okay.
him.
The purple and green one? We had that
Yep.
one too.
I got him for Christmas one year.
Oh, nice. We
Yep.
lost his head. We lost all our
Yep.
heads.
Well, what's really funny though is like now, that's the most expensive part of the Scorponok because he was a headmaster figure. Like,
Oh.
yeah. But a friend of mine actually has like 2 or 3 complete with like the shield and the head and everything.
Holy
That's
crap.
awesome.
Yeah. I have a feeling though that he's gonna be the next Titan to make because he's the only one that they haven't made. So
Man, they did him dirty in the Michael Bay movies.
they did a lot of Transformers, the Michael Bay movies. I'm actually watching the Japanese Headmaster series right now, but we can talk about that on another episode. See, where's Saturday? Yeah, so I stayed up super late and I didn't make it back to the room until like 2:45 in the morning, maybe 3 in the morning, which it was rough because like I can tell you by the time I went to see them, I was like I'm already tired.
Yeah.
And I took a whole bunch of video footage of them, so that'll make it into the vlog at some point. And then Sunday I didn't have any obligations, so I was just kind of just hanging around and going wherever I felt like going. Some of my friends had a panel, so I ended up going to see her speak. It was actually Heather, so.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
Heather. Yeah, Heather was.
Friend of the show.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Heather. Whenever we were at DragonCon, she was scrolling through Facebook and she saw that the new episode had posted, and then she goes, "Jordan, why is the name of this episode The Quest for More Panties?" And I was like, I can't remember. I can't remember what joke like landed us there. And she said, "Okay, well, if I'm ever back on the show, I want that episode title to be The Quest for More Manties."
What does she mean if? She means when. When she's
Yeah.
back on the show. Heather was great. Also, her
So-
book is fantastic. I'm a really slow reader, but I am enjoying the hell out of her book.
Oh, nice. I'll tell her that you said so.
Yeah.
I haven't even started it yet. She's like, "Hey, will you write a review for me on Amazon or like the PGI website?" And I was like, "I can in probably about a year because that's about how long it'll take me to get to the book."
Yeah. No, like,
Um,
I'm not a slow reader, but like finding the time to read is like once I'm actually reading, I'm a fast reader. But real quick, speaking of Heather and Jordan, I'm right now. I'm on the DragonCon website. Did you know you're on the website?
yeah. As
Yeah.
far as under attending professionals,
Yeah.
yeah,
Because you and Heather are really close to each other because Dobson and Duncan.
yeah. I'm also in the program.
Oh, I didn't see the program.
Well, whenever you go and you get your badge for the weekend, they hand you a DragonCon program book. So like who's there, and I'm in that as well.
I like that it says Jordan T. Duncan, and I'm just imagining T is the. And Jordan Duncan is an investigator with Paranormal Georgia Investigations. He is also an academic historian, educator, vlogger, and podcaster.
Yep.
Heck yes, you are. Anyway, I just want to point out that you and Heather were on here. So anyway, you went to go see Heather's panel.
Yeah, so I went to see Heather's panel, and then Heather and her husband took off a little early, so I went out to dinner with some friends in PGI. And then I was kind of like, as I was sitting at dinner on Sunday, one of our investigators, she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" She's like, "You're just being really quiet." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. And then I was like, the more I thought about it, I was like, I think I've just hit my convention limit because I'd been there since Thursday night, and this was, God, what's that? This would have been probably about 8:30 Sunday night, and I was like, I think I'm just really tired now, and I was ready to be back home, sleep in my own bed, and everything, and
I don't know that
but I
feeling
still
at
had-
all.
I know, right? But I had to stay because I had a panel today at 1. So I woke up this morning early, took a shower, got coffee, and I walked to the vendor space. And I was able to. I had about an hour to myself because we had to check out of the hotel by noon. So I had to finish up, hurry up, and buy what I wanted to buy, and then I had to go pack everything and just drop all my stuff off at the car. Went to my panel, did what I needed to do, and then my buddy and I, who shared a hotel room, like we were like, let's just go home. So
Wait, you had a panel today?
yeah, I had a panel Friday night, Saturday night, and today.
Hey, you know
Bloody
what?
hell.
Shout out to Jordan for doing all that and then coming on here tonight to talk about it. Thank you. I didn't realize you had stuff today too. So.
Oh no, yeah, I did. Normally I don't have panels on Monday, and whenever I don't, I usually kind of call it a day on Sunday night. And so I use Monday to recover, but I had obligation.
Yeah. So, what was I just gonna say? I lost it. Josh was making noise. So, that's what I was gonna say. So, like, this whole... Wait, Jordan, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So, like,
Yeah.
this whole time,
Okay.
you froze on my end.
Yeah, he's frozen a bit on mine
Now you're
too.
moving. You're good. So, like, you just stayed in the hotel and, like, lived there for the weekend.
Pretty much, yeah.
That is, like,
We
a
had
dream
nice
of
view,
mine.
though. Our hotel was really nice too. Like if you stay in one of the main 3 hotels, trying to get an elevator there is ridiculous. The Sheraton and the Westin are still host hotels, but they're not connected to one another. And I think everybody wants to stay in one of the main hotels, which makes them getting an elevator in those hotels a lot easier.
Oh. I just imagine how interesting would those elevator rides be though? With like everyone like in their cosplay and everything.
Sometimes they're pretty crazy. My thing is that whenever I'm out and about on Saturday night, because that's the big party night. Sometimes, depending on what time you go in, you might just have to share an elevator with somebody who smells like they're just gonna throw up everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is not a good smell.
I have not been in an elevator with you on a Saturday night.
Not yet.
Well, Jordan, you've been forewarned.
So yeah, I mean that was my DragonCon experience. Like I was just kind of all over the place. I was trying to film a lot of stuff. Yeah.
So, is there gonna be a vlog of it?
There's gonna be probably 2, maybe 3. It
And
depends on how much stuff I have.
where will we be able to find this vlog?
On YouTube, just search Jordan Ghastly.
Should we subscribe while we're there?
Yeah, why not? And hit those that notification bell. And if you like what you go ahead and click the thumbs up on each video.
Yeah, I have a confession. I often forget to click the thumbs up, and I feel bad for it.
You son of a... No, it's fine. It's all right. This was weird. So I don't know if you guys have seen these little video bits on Facebook, but there's a Facebook page called It's a Southern thing, y'all, or It's So True. I can't remember. Hold on, let me look it up. I'm looking. Yeah, it's called It's a Southern Thing, y'all.
Mhm.
Have you seen this? This is what it looks like.
No, I haven't seen that.
And this Facebook page that makes these, I don't want to call them funny videos, but they're like, I mean, they're humorous, but they're not like a super like guttural laugh type humorous. They're like yeah, that's kind of true and funny
Blow a
humorous.
little extra air out of your nose.
Yeah. Anyway, there's these two actors on this page that always portray a married couple, and they were both there. But what was really funny is like they weren't there as like celebrity guests. They were just there to enjoy DragonCon, and I recognized one of them because I was filming cosplay, and then I saw some cosplay of three people dressed up like the Three Amigos.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was like, well, I need to get this in on the vlog, so I'm filming it. And then as I'm filming it, I realized that I recognized one of the dudes. And even in my video when I'm recording, I'm like, I can't remember what I said, but I was like, the Three Amigos showed up, and I think I made some kind of joke. And then I was like, but I feel like I recognize this guy over here. And then I stopped filming, and then oh no, they did the Three Amigos salute for me. Yeah. And then
That's awesome.
So I stopped filming, and I go up to him. I'm like, "Are you the guy or one of the guys that does the It's a Southern Thing videos?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's me." I was like, "Oh, cool," And I asked him if he was having a good con, and he's like, "Yeah, it's great." And I thanked him for being in the vlog, and he was cool with it. And then later, I saw them downstairs with some more people, and the girl who plays his wife in these videos were there, and she was cosplaying as Captain Marvel. And I tried to catch up with him to get a picture with her, and I did not catch up with her.
I like the confident chair turn you just did.
Yeah. I did not. No. But when I did see her Captain Marvel costume, it was really, really well done. The only reason I couldn't catch up with them was because when I saw her, we were in the Walk of Fame that has all the celebrities, and you're not really supposed to film or take your camera out because all these celebrities charge money to have their picture. Like they charge for their picture.
Yeah.
I got yelled at Denver Comic-Con.
Yeah. So
I want to point out that Heather got her picture with Shatner.
Yep. Heather, and also today, because Shatner just like surprisingly was signing autographs, so they got his autograph today too.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean,
from what I understand, he's one of the few that actually goes out and kind of mingles with the fans.
Yeah, I don't like because he wasn't on the schedule to have an autograph session.
Okay.
So, I mean, I feel like that would make sense.
And Bruce Campbell does as well, because he's a badass.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like fans of Bruce Campbell are just fans of Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Shatner fans are like, oh yeah, Captain Kirk. But Bruce Campbell's just like, it's Bruce Campbell. That's who you're a fan of. You're not a fan of Ash or the Spider-Man guy.
I am by default, but yeah, it's Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
I need to get his book. I really need to get his fucking book, which is called How to Make Love Like Bruce Campbell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Step 1, attach chainsaw to hand. That's how we do it, right? Is that how we are sensual?
Yep.
Hey,
so,
guys. What?
Are we almost done?
Yeah, I was about to say that. I think this is a good time as any. Like, Jordan's tired. What?
Can I hurry and follow up to the shotgun story at the beginning? Let's just bring this right back around to the shotgun.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, I was putting my helicopter to bed and rubbing their little helicopter feeties.
Is that what you call her propellers?
No, the landing gear.
Oh, okay.
um, the sheriff was here. Went out and talked to the hunters. Well, as he's driving up and getting their attention, they fired a couple of freaking rounds while he was like walking up to them. And like they saw him, they just didn't fucking care.
Wait,
And-
like in his direction?
What the fuck?
I don't think it was in his direction, but at the same time, if a cop's coming towards you saying, "Hey, police, you don't fire a fucking gun."
Yeah.
You
Like,
know,
use common
just-
sense.
Just saying. But one of the guys, one of the hunters out here is 85 years old and can't drive, but he can own and shoot a gun. I just want to point that out right now. He cannot drive. He has his driver's license taken away, but he can own and shoot a gun.
Remember what we were
What the
saying
fuck?
earlier about flaws in the system?
That's one right there.
Yeah,
don't-
just saying.
I'm just saying. I mean, the right to own cars and drive cars is not in the Constitution.
Right, but we actually license people and make them take tests to have a driver's license. So
And
we
there's
register
that.
the cars.
And
have insurance.
at a certain age, in certain states, you have to retest to prove that you can still fucking drive.
I'm guessing California is one of those states, and this guy did not pass.
But he's got a gun, so that's cool. And I gotta inspect my helicopter for BBs tomorrow.
Fun.
Oh, God.
No, I'm not fucking happy. Anyways,
All right.
so we can end it. I just wanted to bring it back around and tell you my daily adventure.
I just want to point out real quick before we end that Robbie's video is glitching, and it's making him look like he has a sweet 5 o'clock shadow. And
That's
Yeah.
funny.
that's where
Yeah,
we're ending that.
You need a shave, buddy.
Alright.
You're very
I
pixelated
keep
in
on
this area.
I keep on meaning to, but I always forget.
So do I.
For the YouTube viewing audience who cannot see Josh, and if you've never seen Josh, he has a 4-foot long beard, like a Rip Van Winkle over here.
I'm 90% beard these days.
That's not that fun fact made my stomach turn. And on that note, take it away, Kenny.